We are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for the final Sevens live stream that we are doing of day one, and the action has been definitely packed throughout this fixture and also throughout the whole entire day. We've had head-to-heads that haven't gone the way a lot of people have anticipated. This game, though, Fiji versus Ireland, the winner will face the USA in the quarterfinals. The loser will face New Zealand. Now, there's a good chance we could once again see New Zealand play Fiji in a quarterfinal of a sevens tournament. I always say it's worthy of a semi or a final, but it always seems to happen earlier on. That is if Fiji aren't able to get the win over Ireland. But I think the Fijians, they will be confident and with the side that they have gone with here. Vakura Billy, Talatholo, Masi, Nathunio, Jerry Tawai, Saturanga, and Rasaku there as well. Then with Ireland, it is Harry McNulty, Mullen, Andrew Smith, Jordan Conroy, Mark Roach, Aaron O'Sullivan, and Niall Comerfield as the last one in the starting lineup. And hello, says Jack. Welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing very well. The moment Ireland, they were able to get themselves a massive win in their last match, 46 points to 12 over Wales in that first game. A narrow winning margin over the French. But Nick Hogan, the man in charge, the New Zealander, Fiji currently looking determined as ever. They want a spot in that quarterfinal. Not just there, though. They want to go all the way in this LA Sevens, and they've certainly got the support at the ground to be able to do so. Some big names coming off the bench for both of these teams, whether it is going to be Terry Kennedy for Ireland, maybe Mothuno Thangi for the Fijians. And buddy, I'm going to do Bunnings FPC. After you put it online at work. I did see his Brandon in there. And now Ireland just about to get this game possibly underway. In fact, it's going to be Fiji who have got the kickoff here. Ireland will be receiving the kick. And it seems like there's quite a few Irish supporters in attendance for this game as well. Everyone has made their way to Los Angeles in the lovely weather, but Fiji kicked this game off for the final match that we are covering on the channel for today. This is for a spot in the quarterfinal. All just yanked it to touch there for the high tackle initially from Fiji. Unfortunately, you're not allowed to grab the man around the jersey, and that's exactly what happened there. I think at the moment, Andrew Smith just checking to make sure that his jersey still fits him after having that one yanked by the big Fijian winger. I believe that would have been, I want to say it was Saturanga who did give him a good yank. And will this be your last stream? At least for this morning or this afternoon that we have now ticked over to, up until the quarterfinals, which are going to be at about 5 a.m. New Zealand time. And then from there, we will be going right through the night, all the way through all of the finals. That throw was not straight from Ireland. So now the Fijians will have themselves a scrum feed on the halfway line. Quarterfinal winner plays USA. The loser plays New Zealand. So you certainly want to win this contest. Although saying that, the USA are in some pretty good form at the moment. So I don't know whether or not that is the case. And also we have got the Are You Online on Discord, says Brandon. I have no idea. I haven't really looked at it yet. We have gone the last about 27 hours without sleeping, and it hasn't been high on the priority list to check my Discord settings. And Ireland stick with 15s. May the best team win, says Abe. Now Jerry Tawai about to feed this ball in on the halfway line. Tawai runs it off the back now, gives it off to his first receiver, Kimisari Rasaku, trying to break through, and boy, he's got some power in the legs. Finds a beautiful offload to Nathunu, and Jordan Conroy's not going to catch him, so that is the first try of the match, and it will be the Flying Fijians who are able to get that very first try. Now, we know how strong Ireland can be in a second half of rugby, so Fiji need as many points as physically possible in this first half, but Rasaku broke the line. Initially, it was the missed tackle by, I want to say, sadly, it was Mark Roach, and then just a little bit too much work for Jordan Conroy to try and chase him down. Fiji scored between the sticks, so this will be a nice, easy 7 points for the Flying Fijians here. Salutes to this guy, Nathunu. That is his third try of the Los Angeles Sevens. That kick has gone over also, and now the score is sitting at 5, or in fact 7-0, sorry, after only 2.5 minutes. So really Fiji's first attacking opportunity of the game. They have been able to make the most of it, but Nathunio has got 110 tries to his name. He is 29 years of age, so will certainly be around for the next World Cup. And come on, Ireland got game on Tuesday night. Says Brandon, and go Fiji, go, says Michael Ram. there as well. But like they're saying, the super subs of the Fijians, Mothinathangi, Matana, Ioane Teba, Maisama, and Bukayaro, all are ready to go for Fiji when they are needed. Then for the Irish, Billy Dardis, Terry Kennedy, Hugo Lennox, and also Ed Kennedy and Che Mullins. That kick has gone about 7 meters for Nathunio. Unfortunately, just didn't quite get that one right. Now, 3 minutes left. 4 minutes left, in fact, sorry, of this first half. Between the two sides, it looks like Ireland will be taking this quick tap from the halfway line and getting us back underway. Comberford goes across to his short side, almost able to go through that gap was Andrew Smith. Playing halfback there, Roach. One more on the outside. I'm looking out for Jordan Conroy, who I believe will be on this near side of the field as they head across. It's a penalty to Fiji, though. South Africa out of the quarterfinals. They are indeed. They are playing off for a 9th place position at the moment, and they will have the team who are the lowest in this group, I believe. So I believe they will be playing up against... who will they be playing? Who have Fiji played so far? Fiji have played Wales, so I think they'll be playing Wales. And toughest game for Fiji so far for sure. Says there. Yeah, they did very well up against France. Now, Fijians, they need to make sure they get this win. They don't want to have to face New Zealand in the quarterfinals, mainly because it will definitely drain a lot of the energy. Yes, they may be able to win that game, but you don't really want that risk. Whereas playing the USA at home is probably, you'd have to say, quite a risky game as well. So either way, it's going to be a tough quarterfinal for these sides. Great run up the middle. Kamanele Rasaku. They aren't going to be able to catch him again, and he gets the runaway try. Brilliantly done, and that now makes it 12-0. And South Africa from the longest unbeaten streak to losing the series in the second half, says the beta there. And yeah, they have really struggled since about the 5 rounds ago. I believe they've just gone well and truly downhill. The lowest ever finish. Same with New Zealand. And those times I have not been on YouTube channel in 3 days, I'm being day off. There's Brandon there. Kamanele Rasaku able to run that one in for the try. Puts the ball down. Big smile on his face. And now he'll be even happier if this kick goes over for Fiji. Now, kick about to be lined up for Nathungu. And Nathungu does deliver, so it will now be 14-0 in favour of the Flying Fijians. One more try, and we may possibly end up in a position where Ireland aren't able to fight back up against the Fijians. Tried to slap it back. It's a small knock on there on the ground from Fiji. And Ireland have now got this one back. Well shut down. Comberfield having to run sideways for Ireland. That's a counter ruck from Fiji. Now becomes another penalty. I see down Nathungu. Goes to the short side. Once again, Fiji only a couple meters out. Finds the miracle offload. No, it was slightly forward in the end. So it did end up costing them the possession once again. Now 10 meters out from their own line here. Ireland are going to be having another scrum. Only 1 minute left on the clock. Ireland actually ranked 5th in the Sevens circuit. They've had actually a very good year when it comes to the World Sevens. And Fiji, they are currently ranked 4th, but they have actually still got half a chance of being able to make their way through. And that is if all of the other sides, pretty much South Africa, Argentina, and Australia, all fail at their next stage of the quarterfinal. And also, Tosa Viti Tosa, says Joshua. And also, we have got there back home now. So here's a Brandon in there. Now roll back. Pass across here. Very nicely done by Ireland. Just hanging on to it now. Jordan Conway. He's had his ankle tapped. Or Conroy, sorry, not Conway. Who am I thinking of? Am I thinking of Conway? That's the Irish International Union winger, isn't it? Jordan Conway. Or is it Andrew Conway? It might be Andrew Conway now that I think about it. Try to step around. Ireland still inside of their 22 with 8 seconds left on the clock now. They haven't got a lot of time to try and get this one downfield. Now, once again, Conroy tries to break that line. Counter ruck from Billy. Certainly makes it a hard time for any opposition, but it becomes a penalty against the Fijians. Now, Ireland, they are inside of their own 22. They'll consider kicking this one downfield towards the touchline, I would think. do get that one just into touch. I was going to say if it bounces into touch, then that is the end of the half, which is the last thing they would have wanted for Mark Roach's clearing kick. Now line out opportunity for the Irish. They've actually just said that Mark Roach used to be a jockey. I didn't actually realise that. And now has taken up the Rugby Sevens. It's gone back onto the side of Fiji. Nathungu goes back across. Jerry Tawai, an extremely experienced player. Nathungu actually staying down in the background. Nice, beautiful offload up from Fiji. Now Rasaku shut down straight on the ball there. Comber Ford does win the penalty. Now taking the quick tap. It's going to be Roach to the short side. This game seems like it's going to be going for the full length of a rugby union match. If they keep on playing this way, no one making that mistake. That would cost their team possession. Nice flick out the back. Jordan Conroy now receives that ball once again. Big shot on him. Possibly just a little bit late. Now McNulty fires it out wide. One more to Andrew Smith, who has to run it straight back across to the right. Now almost through. Finds the offload. Ireland trying to get in. It's going to be a slip. Down he goes for Mullen. And he looked like he was half by falling over before he even took the contact from the Fijians. Now Comerford goes wide, and that's going to be close, but he's just into touch by the looks of it. Fiji do love to keep playing, even when the time's up. And after the live stream, can see work on Discord about online. Says Brandon, I probably will end up after the Discord, or not after the Discord, after the live stream. I will probably end up getting everything set up for tonight and then heading to bed. I don't think it's one of those ones that's completely urgent for the Discord, seeing as it doesn't really matter if I'm online or not, I guess you could say. But that is going to be halftime now. 14-0 for Fiji. And also, as it's still the first half, says Ian Foster, it is now just finished. So they did go for about 9 or so minutes in that first half of the contest. So pretty decent effort from both of these sides. Luckily for them, the shade of the grandstand has just about covered the whole field, which means that it will be a lot cooler than it was earlier on in the game. It was relatively hot there in LA, but Rasaku, he had a very good first half. Also, Jerry Tawai getting involved in the Thunu. Also, have a not too bad of a crack. But Nuruvalo, he is actually the leading try scorer in the competition. They decided not to have him on the field, but Isaiah Nahunu, he is still in the leading try scorers. And Terry Kennedy, relatively up there. Guy's not a real one, says Brandon. And there as well. Billy taking some deep breaths. Top three in the Los Angeles Sevens for these guys. Andrew Smith has had the most carries. Terry Kennedy, it's interesting that they decided not to play him in this contest for the starting lineup, perhaps feeling like he could have a little bit more of an impact off the bench once we do see maybe a few players start to get worn down for the Flying Fijians. Mothina Thangi, he will be coming off the bench, though. Ioane Teba, Maisa Moa, Bukayaro, and also Matana will be a decent choice for Fiji. But visits to the opposition 22, we're seeing 3 from the Fijians, just the 1 from Ireland. Then the line breaks, 2 for Fiji, 11 tackles made as well in the process. So Ireland have had a decent crack with the ball. They just haven't really been able to do too much from there, I guess you could say. Now, second half just about to get underway. A little bit of a longer halftime break, I would think, by maybe a minute or so, but that was just because those players did play for a very long time. But the Fijian crowd are well and truly in attendance for this game. They want to see some epicness, and that is what they might see in the quarterfinal. The winner of this game faces USA. The loser of this game, they will be facing off against New Zealand. And Ireland and New Zealand, they always have close encounters. Fiji versus USA, that is one that we've seen in the past where USA has caused an upset. So either way, no matter how the draw falls, it's still going to be a relatively tough contest for no matter who. And also Springboks versus All Blacks, says Brandon there, although we won't actually get to see that matchup due to the Springboks not making it into the top 8 of the competition. Now it's a big shot there. Talatholo finds the offload back. Rasaku, 40 metres out from the Fijian line, trying to get those extra post-contact meters. It becomes a penalty to Ireland. The last thing they would have liked. I just saw that Chick and Pablo, or Seb Pablo, helped with info about the Satyrs forwards coach at the ABs. Do you think that will wrangle some Kiwis? I mean, I don't really mind. At the end of the day, if you're going to sign him to a New Zealand club and then you expect him to sign some sort of like code of secrecy, like at the end of the day, players are going to talk. They're going to go, right, this is what I've learned from this guy. Like Brendan McCullum, he probably knows a few secrets about cricket players for New Zealand that he has either played against, played with, all those little things as well. He's probably telling England all about them, and they beat us. So I don't think people need to take it too seriously overall. At the end of the day, there's always going to be footage of the games that people can look at anyway. So he's just passing on the information they would have found out anyway. Go Fiji Go, says Sonato. This looks like it is going to be a yellow card now for Nathono. So he got that one wrong. And now the man advantage for Fiji, or sorry, for Ireland for the next 2 minutes. Only 6 minutes to play. A big Irish opportunity to try and get back into the contest. It looks like they are going to be kicking this one possibly towards the corner. Oh no, they are actually going scrum feed instead. Locking in the defenders of the Fijian side. There's some big boys in that 4-pack, that is for sure. They've got Talatholo in there, also Osefo Masi, sorry, and also Muthunafangi made his way out onto the field. Billy Dardis about to feed this ball in. He has also made his way off the bench for Ireland. I'd expect to see Terry Kennedy not too far away from making his way out there. Jordan Conroy now trying to back himself down that touchline, but has had to fire it back across. This is good work from Fiji with the fence, though. And now the counter ruck has to flick it up from the back, waiting for that ball to sit up. It's nice work from Fiji once again with the defence. They've forced them back a good 30 minutes or so. And good points as says Hanoi and also women play. There's Brandon there. They have got their Rugby Sevens World Cup, I believe, is the next competition we will see for the women. Unless you're talking rugby union rather than sevens, then they are currently playing. At the moment, I think Ireland played Japan in a contest, if I'm not wrong, or something along those lines. Conroy has broken one tackle, but he has been dragged down in the next, trying to keep that one going quickly here for the Irish, making the most of the opportunity. There's going to be an advantage for offside. That one's drifted forward, and it will be going back for the initial one. Other women playing, not for this competition. It is just the men's, as the women's series did end a little bit prior, and that is the one that Australia were able to get themselves a win. Hopefully the boys can bring it back next week. Says Ian Foster. Nathono. Still 35 seconds left. Are you going to be streaming the Sevens World Cup? We certainly are. We are hoping to do. I'm not sure if we'll get every single game in due to the fact that it's in Cape Town, so we will have to sleep at some point. But we are hoping to do a majority of those games of the Cape Town Sevens World Cup, and it should be an absolutely awesome one. And I'm looking forward to seeing a few of those smaller teams get an opportunity in a big competition such as a World Cup. But 15 tackles made by Fiji, only missing the 2, and just bring the 15s back, Fozzie, says Abe. And there's Albert Dardis feeding this ball in once again. Still 4 minutes left on the clock, so plenty of time for Ireland to get this one right. They've passed it out their back line now after Jordan Conroy. Going to be looking for the corner. Great low tackle made, and it looks like he might have hurt himself there. Jordan Conroy, a little bit slow getting up. It might be a wrist injury of some sort. Now a good run forward. Nice work from Hugo Lennox now for the corner. And he's going to get it as well. And that was Harry McNulty using his size to his advantage. Nathunu's yellow card, you could say, was a costly one, as it has led to the try for Ireland. And now they're back in the contest. This has been a little bit of a trend we have seen throughout the last little while. Is a World Cup necessary since we got the Olympics? Says Debater. I guess it's an interesting point overall, because they also have the Commonwealth Games, but I think it's so that everyone kind of has something to look forward to every 4 years. So you've kind of got the alternating 2 years and 2 years, similar to what we see for the women's T20. They actually have that at the Commonwealth Games, but then they also do have their World Cup. That's a great kick. I'm going to give that a clap because that has gone over well and truly near the touchline. I guess they probably, have they had the Sevens World Cup before they had sevens at the Olympics? I think they've only had it for a little while, haven't they? And I think it might have been around for the World Cup beforehand. Nice run down the wing from Talatholo. Gets back up to his feet. Finds the offload across for Fiji. Ioane Teba trying to break through. Bit of a mistake there at the back. Talatholo finds the offload. At the moment, Fiji looking a little bit rattled with the way they're trying to attack here. getting wrestled down to the turf. 2 minutes 30 left in this contest now. Going to the left, Mothinothangi gives it off. Jerry Tawai. Now it will be coming Ali Rasaku. He's just leapfrogged over a man. He's good at the hurdles. Old Rasaku, he finds the offload. And now running forward, Mothinothangi gives it off. There's plenty of pace here for Fiji. And it will be another try for them. Ioane Teba has been able to score that one, and that could be a deciding factor in this game, because if Fiji have a 14-point lead, you'd like to think in 2 minutes they wouldn't be able to lose that lead up against Ireland. No matter how strong Ireland can be, you'd think they'll be able to slow it down just enough. He just hurdled over the top of the tackling attempt. You know, they say to go low up against the Fijians, but not quite as low as they can jump straight over the top of your Fiji score, says Anoki, and also go Fiji, says Viniana. Ioane Teba, very happy with that one. And that kick has gone over 21 points to 7 now in favour of Fiji with only 90 seconds left on the clock. So at the moment, it does seem like it's setting up for Fiji to take on the USA and New Zealand to be taking on the Irish. Nicely taken by Ireland there. I believe it was the number 12, Ed Kelly. Now McNulty, the try scorer and the lone try scorer for the Irish. Back across to the right-hand side here. I'm surprised how little time they gave Terry Kennedy in this game, and now he has got a chance down the wing. He's been taken down. Now running sideways here, going for the cross kick. It looks like it's going to be a tough one to chase, and it does roll into touch. Always just a little bit behind it was Andrew Smith, and thank you to TKL. And it's so hard to defend Fiji, or defeat Fiji when they offload like that. Or sorry, defend Fiji when they offload like that. And just the way it is, Fiji. There's Joshua there. Yeah, it will be very interesting to see how Fiji match up against a USA side that are home crowd favourites to be able to go on to win the competition. In the home crowd's view, of course. For everyone else, I think Fiji are certainly one of those sides who could go a long way in this one. Now, my Samoa getting the opportunity, goes on the outside. Good work from Talathola, but that one's been stolen by Ireland. 1 second left on the clock. So it seems like they might be able to get themselves maybe one more. I think 2 players might be wrestling in the background, which is something they might have to keep an eye on. No, they have both got up. They decided that it was a draw now. Nice run from McNulty. It's going to be knocked forward almost there. Yes, it is. And that will be the end of the match. Fiji win it and secure their spot in the quarterfinals to go up against the USA. New Zealand, they will be playing Ireland in their quarterfinal fixture. And now we just wait to see who is going to be on the other side of the draw. We know it's Samoa and Kenya, and their opponents will be Argentina and Australia. So we will eagerly await to see who matches up with who. But thank you all very much for tuning in all throughout the night. It's hugely appreciated. And yeah, I hope you guys have been enjoying all of the coverage we have today, whether that's the Rugby Championship, the Sevens, the cricket that we did as well. Has been a long night. I'm probably going to get quite a bit of sleep now and then be right back at it, ready to go at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning for those quarterfinal matchups. Plus, we may even do the matchup for South Africa, just as a bit of a prelim, a warm-up one for the vocal cords. That will be at about 4:30 a.m. New Zealand time. But thank you all very much for being here. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all.